Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of our pouch tutorial series. We have a new addition today and it's an adorable little line. Let's get started. We're gonna start by crocheting the line's face. Grab your yellow yarn and make a magic ring. Then we're gonna chain one to reach the height of a double crochet. Now we're gonna start double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now yarn over, pull through the first two loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through two. That's your first double crochet. You can use a stitch marker to mark the first stitch. Now we're gonna continue double crochet until we have 12 double crochets in total. The chain at the beginning doesn't count as a stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first two loops, yarn over, pull through two. Three, and 4. Now just continue doing this. Once you finish the 12th double crochet, pull the tail of the magic ring tightly. Then use a slip stitch to join the round. Insert your hook into the marked stitch, then tighten the working yarn a bit to make your work neater. Yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook. That's one slip stitch. And then we're gonna chain 2 for the next round. 1, 2. We're gonna do 12 double crochet increase in this round. Remove the stitch marker and do a double crochet in the marked stitch. And then mark this stitch. That's our first stitch. And then we're going to do an increase in the same stitch. That's one increase. Now make another double crochet in the next stitch. And then increase. Continue doing this until you have a total of 24 double crochets. After completing the last increase, use a slip stitch to finish. Make a slip stitch in the marked stitch. And then you can fasten off. Now let's move on to crocheting the line's main. Pinch the yarn and find a stitch at the edge of the face. Insert your hook and pull the working yarn through. Leaving a tail for weaving later. Chain 1, and then elongate the loop to about 3 times the desired length of the main. Now twist the yarn by rotating your hook, making the yarn coil together. When you relax your hook, the yarn will naturally curl. Now at the stitch where you inserted your hook, crochet a slip stitch. And then adjust the twisted yarn to make it look nice. That completes one strand of the main. Now crochet a slip stitch in the next stitch. And then repeat the process. Here are a couple of tips for you. Try to keep the length of each strand of the mane and the number of twists consistent. Also, after each slip stitch, slightly tighten the working yarn to make the part near the yellow yarn look neater. When elongating the yarn and rotating your hook, if the yarn is not tight enough, it might slip off the hook. You can keep the yarn tight while rotating the hook, and it will make things much easier. Now you can pause the video here and take your time to complete the mane. After finishing the last strand of the mane, you can fasten off and start weaving in the ends. Tie a couple of knots to secure them, and find suitable loops at the back to hide the ends. Now let's crochet the lion's ear and mouth. The method for all 4 small circles is the same. Crochet 6 single crochets in a magic ring. First, make a magic ring. And then make 6 single crochets into the magic ring. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops on your hook, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. After that, tighten the ring. Now crochet a slip stitch in the first stitch to join the circle. Now you can fasten off, leaving some length for attaching to the face. Take the loose end and secure it to the back. If the tail of the magic ring wasn't tightened enough, you can give it another pull now. Now crochet 3 more circles, 2 for the ears and 2 for the mouth. Once all the circles are ready, place them on the face in the desired positions. You can use a yarn needle or a smaller crochet hook to secure them. Alternatively, you can use glue for this step if you prefer. After weaving all the circles, weaving the ends at the back. Now we're gonna use brown yarn to sew the eyes and the nose. The eyes should be sewn around the junction of the first and second rounds. Then starting from the left side of the nose, go through to the right side. Avoid pulling the thread completely tight. Come out from the center of the back and pass through the loop left earlier. Pull the thread tight and then go back through the center. That completes the nose. Then tie knots to secure the two ends from the back. Trim the shorter end. And for the longer end, separate a thin thread to sew the whiskers on the mouth. Trim the excess thread, and you only need to sew a few random stitches for the mouth. You can find a link to the pouch tutorial in the description box. The gradient yarn I used for the pouch is this one. You can find it at my online shop if you like it. So I have all the materials used in this video. Finally, just attach the line motif to the pouch. You can use glue or just sew it on. Can't wait to see your finished work. Is there any dog lovers? I also made one for the Pacheco. It's very easy to crochet and I wonder if anyone is interested. If you like it, I'm gonna make one tutorial for this. See you next week. Happy crocheting!